You're far behind the times. It's time that you set your sails for Grand Cayman Island.
The pirates having a party, a kind of a masquerade in Grand Cayman. We having a celebration, the plans are already made. We're set to fet. So run and tell your friends and family, put on some clothes and come and join the party. It's a party with tempo, it's a party with bass, it's a...
Welcome to our annual Pirates Week Festival. Every year during the last week of October, the Cayman Islands are invaded by a motley crew of swashbuckling pirates and beautiful wenches, intent on causing as much fun as possible. Hello, I'm Trisha Whitaker, this year's Pirates Queen, and your personal tour guide for an up-close look at the Pirates Week festivities.
Before we start, let's go back a few centuries to the beginning of this swashbuckling era. Christopher Columbus first discovered the Cayman Islands in 1503 and named them Las Tortugas, the Spanish name for turtle, because the waters surrounding our trio of islands were filled with them. That name did not stay for long, and neither did Columbus, but many others followed his lead, from Sir Francis Drake to the likes of the infamous Blackbeard himself. The history of the Cayman Islands is intertwined with tales of pirates, buccaneers, and privateers who used to roam the Caribbean. It is said that pirates particularly liked the flat terrain of our small islands because approaching vessels were easy to spot, and even easier targets for these plunderers. Sir Henry Morgan is well known for his successful record of attacks on Spanish, French, and Dutch ships, after which it is reputed he came to our islands to hide out and organize future raids. One of the most famous pirates to frequent our shores was Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, who is said to have hidden his treasure here, which to this day has never been found. It is from the early tales of these blackguards that the idea for Pirates Week begins.
When we land on the island, we climb in the balcony to see His Excellency. We've taken him in his nice clothes and throwing him in the sea. Badash.
Unlike the tales of long ago, today when the pirates come to the Cayman Islands, it's all in fun. Our annual Pirates Week Festival brings together our people and visitors as they enjoy a bit of our past and celebrate with us.
Chuck, the video, taking a video. Yay!
On guard.
The Pirates' invasion and landing kick off our Pirates Week festivities in grand style. The harbor in Georgetown is the landing site, where the unruly mob of buccaneers, led by a few tiny pirates, storm the port, intent on capturing the governor and the island's people as their prisoners for a week of merriment. As the drama of the pirate invasion unfolds, we see the arrival of the governor and his entourage. The governor is surprised by a visit from Neptune, king of the sea, and his mermaids, and is left defenseless as he and his mermaids captivate the attention of the governor's troops, long enough for the pirate invasion to begin. Soon the governor is captured by the pirates, but one of the governor's men escapes and fires the warning cannon. Neptune makes his escape to join the armada of pirate forces now approaching the bay. As they begin landing, a battle commences with sword fights and the capture of the governor's entourage. The governor of the island is taken to his boat and tied to its mast. And then Pirates Week officially begins. The turmoil in the harbor is immediately followed by a float parade garnished with island beauties. The decorated theme floats are sponsored by local businesses and districts. In the weeks of preparation before the national festival, volunteers work feverishly on the various floats. Local and foreign residents of all ages and from all over the islands are actively involved in creating these impressive annual displays. After all the excitement in Georgetown, the festivities move out to the other districts of Grand Cayman, where the Heritage Days give you a chance to explore and to experience island life as it used to be.
East End is a district rich in pirate history. It was here at Gun Bluff where guns were concentrated to ward off attack. It also served as a watering hole for pirates who left behind buried treasure in the rocks. East End is also very rich in culture. It is one of the oldest settlements on the island, where old-time Caymanian ways will never be forgotten.
The heritage displays at East End typically include an old village, similar to the simple thatch huts in which some district families used to live. These tiny one-room dwellings did not have much space, but all the essentials for everyday living could be found inside.
This is the sheet that they used to use in the olden days, a patchwork sheet. Here is our black trash bed, and there is our pole up under the bed. And this here is our water jug that is used in those days. And this one, that's our ladder. And this is our broom. This one is used in the olden days.
When it was time to cook, all the activity moved to quarters behind the main house, known as the caboose. The caboose served as the kitchen and was indeed a busy place. Women grated coconut for use in many different recipes, or made coconut oil for frying. And there was always some type of fish being prepared on the inside grill.
Slice the fish, and sometimes you season it overnight, but old people didn't have the time to season it overnight because they had a lot of children, so they just had to season it and cook at the same time. But as we got the time, we could season it from overnight and have it going for the next day. So
we had to cook it.
We had to cook
just
it
to get it because we had no refrigerators to keep it in.
No fridge to keep it in, but now we have fridge that we can keep everything preserved.
With no electricity for refrigeration and food preparation, Caymanians of years gone by had to work hard for their daily meals. The member of the Legislative Assembly for East End, Mr. John McLean, explained how his district approaches the Heritage Day festivities.
Well, normally when we have our Heritage Day, we go all the way. We try our best to make it the best. And I must say that we have a lot of cooperation among the locals from the district. We come out and we work hard, and indeed it has always paid off.
Financial Secretary Mr. Tom Jefferson took time out to share a little bit of advice on how to enjoy the festivities better.
Put on your shorts, dress up in your winches or pirates costumes, and come down and enjoy yourself, because I think it's a wonderful time in Cayman.
Now let's listen and enjoy the sweet sounds of one of our top bands, Sweet FX, that participated in the East End Heritage Day festivities. Along with the music of Sweet FX, it's time to sample a little bit of our culinary heritage as well. You'll find traditional dishes of turtle, conch, and chicken being prepared by Eastenders at a variety of food stalls. During Heritage Day activities, there's always a lot of excitement when His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Alan Scott, arrives. The Governor's day-to-day duties do not allow for frequent visits to each district, so his Heritage Day tour is a special treat for everyone and a chance to meet him in person. The art of thatch work has always been an integral part of the island's history. Today, a few local women can still be found plaiting thatch into a wide range of craft items. Another East End tradition was the platpole dance. Men and women joined in around the platpole for this dance at special occasions and celebrations. What would a Pirates Week festival in East End be without a trip to the caves? It was from a natural well in this area that pirates were said to refill their fresh water supply. And it is also within this same labyrinth of caves and passageways that they were said to have hidden their treasure, some of it never to be found. As night arrives in East End, the scene is set for the pirate's burial. The rough and rowdy life of a pirate often led to an untimely end.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The gods may forgive him, but no one else must.
I think as long as it be a Pirates Week and I can move, I'll be there.
Here in Northside, there are many pirate tales to tell. Some families kept a second dwelling back in the bush for when the pirates would stop by. They would simply relocate until their somewhat rowdy company would move on.
Mr. Ezard Miller is a member of the Executive Council and the Legislative Assembly for Northside. He shares a few comments on the festivities.
My recommendation to people visiting would be to visit the districts to get a peek at the heritage, and I think they'd be surprised at the similarities in their heritage in a small town, USA for instance, with here in some respects.
Among the heritage displays was this example of how knives used to be sharpened. Grindstones were imported, and it took just the right touch to get that perfect edge. Radley and the Happy Boys Band are a favorite of both Northside and East End. For years, they have been the mainstay of these districts' entertainment, with some country-style fiddling with a Caymanian beat. The annual bonfire is a Northside tradition that has always marked the beginning of the evening's festivities. And the district's beauties modeled the latest fashions. The refreshing hospitality of Northside residents continues to make this a special stop during Heritage Day festivities.
The Cayman Islands, home to the most vibrant real estate market in the Caribbean. And it's also home to Cayman Contractors Limited. Cayman contractors have built their reputation on quality. With over 15 different properties completed along the 7-mile beach, the company's owner, Mr. Jimmy Powell, has been crowned Cayman's king of the condos. Some of these condominium complexes include Grand Bay Club, Discovery Point, Christopher Columbus, Heritage Club, Villas of the Galleon, Beachcomber, Casa Caribe, Colonial Club, the Cayman Club, and Plantation Village. Cayman contractors also participate in large-scale commercial and retail projects, and in smaller-scale residential contracting. Cayman Contractors, a reputation built on quality. At Cayman Custom Cabinets, you'll find made-to-measure cabinets the way you want them. In our showroom, discover cabinets designed with form and function in mind. We combine a flair for design with the most up-to-date custom cabinetry techniques to create cabinets that fit your specific needs. And because they're built right here in our own factory, you can watch as our craftsmen transform your ideas into beautifully finished cabinets. Get the quality you want with the service you deserve at Cayman Custom Cabinets.
Each year, the Pirates Week Festival brings with it many special memories for all who participate. Here are a few comments. Mike Lockwood, chairman of the Pirates Week Committee, has been involved from the inception in 1977. He remembers the first waterborne landing.
A lot of people went for a swim that year. We had the Royal Navy in by pure luck. HMS Scylla came in and we got the Navy boys involved, and I'm afraid they went a little bit berserk, and everybody went in the sea. Officers, the governor, everybody.
Colin Wilson is an 8-year veteran of Pirates Week activities. He plays the part of the governor during the festivities, and along with members of the Drama Society, they help to orchestrate the landing and mock trial of the pirates.
3 years ago, I'm not a very good sailor, despite the fact that I'm a governor and participate with pirates, but I'm a terrible sailor and everything happens to me when I go on board a boat. This was no exception this year when I was sitting in the front of the boat, the bow, and it started to sink. And before we got to the end, I was absolutely in water. So was everybody else.
Mr. Norman Bodden, the EXCO member for tourism, feels that the Pirates Week Festival is a good marketing tool for his portfolio to reach the overseas tourism market. He says visitors can really develop a natural feel for the islands during these festivities.
The festive mood and the friendliness that prevails particularly at that time of the year is something that makes a visitor not really feel as a tourist, but feel more as a Caymanian. Because if you look at the celebration after the landing, the street dance, there is a cross section of our community involved. There are Caymanians who live abroad involved. There are many tourists, and I believe that it is such a friendly atmosphere that they really don't feel as a visitor, but they really feel that they're a part of the scene and they have a feel for what life is like in the Cayman Islands. And I think that is one of the main attractions. It really gives a visitor a deeper insight into what Cayman is all about.
Being a part of Pirates Week festivities in the Cayman Islands is surely an unforgettable experience.
Caymanians have always been particular about keeping their homes and yards in tip-top shape. A part of the West Bay Heritage Display illustrates how years ago folks made good use of the island's white sand and beautiful shells to landscape their properties.
Come inside. Welcome to our heritage house from West Bay.
In the early days, Caymanians used to sleep on what old-timers call a plant trash bed, made up of dried banana leaves, plantain leaves, and the like, which served as the inside of the mattress, while the outside covering was made from old flour sacks that were sewn together. Crossed ropes were used to support these mattresses. Washing up was done at a washstand, complete with a pitcher and basin.
A cooler to keep water in, you know? And then you make it keep cool. It stays fresh and good, this water. And this is what I call a lamp, kerosene lamp. We never had electricity before late times, and we used to use this to get light. This is what we used to use.
We never had a wash machine, so this is the way we did it. We had a day for everything. One day to wash, another day to iron. But I need to go and check my pot now. I need to go and check my pot.
Look at all them. This is the kitchen.
I need to check my pot.
Yeah. Oh, salt, beef and beans. Salt, beef and beans. You can get some, we give some. And then we stewed. See? Then we cook some red kind, sweet potato, and cassava.
One of the highlights of West Bay's Heritage Day festivities is the opportunity to sample treats of days gone by. Kids love the chance to sample sugarcane. If you want to try your hand at preparing some of the local dishes, you'll have the opportunity to pick up helpful hints from some of the local cooks.
Turtle, meat, and stewed in coconut oil, and onions and sweet pepper added to it, and then it's served with rice and beans, sweet potato, cassava and cornbread, and goodbye drink, and it tastes excellent.
Wilk, do you know that? It's very similar to your clam, I guess. But it's a local food that's found on the Iron Shore. And the people go and gather them and then take them out of the shell and boil them in coconut milk with pieces of sea pie, we call this. It's flour and salt rolled up, and that's how they cook it. It's a local dish. It's spelled Welk, W-H-E-L-K, but we pronounce it Wilk.
I've got conch stew, and rice and beans, and cassava cake or heavy cake. I'm not sure what that one is. It's very tasty, whatever it is.
I'm having barbecue chicken, potato salad, rice and bean, and cornbread.
I selected the pure 99 and 4700% Cayman turtle.
And how does that taste?
Delicious.
And there's still one more Caribbean favorite we can't forget, and that's how to cook jerk.
To prepare jerk chicken, what I do is get my chicken fixed up, like get it clean, season it with good seasoning, jerk seasoning, etc. Set it for sometimes 4 or 5 hours, let it properly soak, then put it on the grill, and that's all. I get a lot of praises for my jerk chicken and my jerk pork. They say it's the best in Cayman.
Whether you're from the Cayman Islands or just visiting, there is so much to see and try at all the different Heritage Days that you won't want to miss any of them. West Bay member of the Legislative Assembly and ex-co-member Mr. Benson Ebanks was pleased with his district's participation in this year's festival.
I believe that West Bay is going in the right direction in that they are concentrating on heritage. And, you know, it's real encouraging to see the amount of youngsters that are interested in our heritage and are trying to, shall I say, dig and ferret this out.
Mr. McKeeva Bush, also a West Bay member of the Legislative Assembly, passes on some comments.
The tourists that I've talked to, they really enjoy it, seeing the different displays, arts and crafts, and see how corn was done, made into flour in the old days, and to see our turtling industry, as it were. And most of them that I've talked to really enjoyed. In fact, people that come around this time of the year really come for Pirates Week.
If they ever had one place to go, it should be here.
We've been coming here 8 years, and there's no other place to go.
At one time, the economy of the Cayman Islands depended on two things: the export of thatch rope and turtle products. Caymanian women were principally in charge of the thatch rope production. They made up the initial strands of rope by hand, which were put on a cart and twisted into carefully measured 25-foot lengths. The finished ropes were then sold to Jamaica. Turtle rangers from West Bay and other parts of the island would head out to the Mosquito Keys off the Nicaraguan coast to harvest turtles. The turtles were caught in nets that the men would fashion themselves at home. West Bay Heritage Day Committee Chairman Wayne DaCosta explains why their district day is a little different than others.
West Bayers have always been a unique people. I mean, sometimes they always term us as the Republic of West Bay. And I think it's the community spirit that we have down here, you know, people working together. And it's one of the largest communities on the island. And I have really had a lot of good support from my committee members. And they've always come together at the last minute to do what has to be done. And I think it's that community spirit that really sets us apart. And I hope for that to carry through, you know, for many years to come.
Another West Bayer active in the district's Heritage Day is Dalkeith Bothwell. He has been involved in the Pirates Week festivals since the early 80s and feels that it was a good idea to link the district's Heritage Days and the Pirates Week festival together.
This has benefited the districts whereby the younger generation can learn from the older generation in things that traditionally that they grew up, the lifestyle, the food that they eat, and also the ways and means and their survival in those days. And it also encourages the older people to participate in these activities, and everybody, you know, comes out, has a good time, and reminisce and tell stories of the past. And I think the children as well as the old loves it.
Everyone loves a wedding, so to wind up the day's activities in West Bay, an old-fashioned wedding was recreated for the crowd. It was staged in the yard of an old Caymanian house and included everything from a beautiful bride, bridesmaids, the preacher, and of course, the eager groom. After the wedding, pirates young and old stayed to enjoy the music of Tropical Days and CMX5.
You too can share in the Cayman Islands success story by consulting without obligation professional, knowledgeable advisors who can make our system work for you. Seals & Company's portfolio of services include competent advice on how you can become residents of the Cayman Islands, how to form a tax-free Cayman Islands company, how you can acquire commercial, residential, and tax-free income-producing properties, and how to start up, joint venture, or buy any type of business. and we are experts on applications to be submitted to regulatory authorities. So before leaving the Cayman Islands, you should arrange an appointment with Seals & Company or acquire the Cayman Islands Personal Investment Portfolio, which explains in simple terms how you can use our tax-free system to your advantage. Or you may request a free copy of the authoritative Seals Cayman Letter and Cayman Islands Real Estate Magazine. Seals & Company. We are real estate, investment and business brokers and consultants and advisors on the Cayman Islands system.
Foster's Food Fair at the Greenery Shopping Center is your neighborhood supermarket serving the 7 Mile Beach area. With the widest selection of grocery and gourmet products and the freshest selection of USDA choice meats and seafood. The best quality and freshest produce on the island, and a wide variety of dairy products. So make Foster's Food Fair at the Greenery Shopping Center your one-stop shop supermarket. And remember, at Foster's Food Fair, we care. Avis Rent-A-Car is #1 in Cayman, and for good reason. We have the largest and most reliable fleet on the island. Our 3 locations, at the airport, Hyatt Hotel, and Holiday Inn, make it easy for you to rent as soon as you arrive or after you get settled. Everyone can ride together in an open-air Jeep. It's an economical way for the whole crew to explore the island. You'll find an Avis office in Cayman Brac too. Avis Rent-A-Car, #1 in Cayman, for good reason.
The district of Savannah Newlands boasts the only remaining pirates' lookout in the Cayman Islands. The site of Pedro's Castle, originally known as St. James Castle, was reputedly used by pirates to spot approaching ships. As you can see, from this location on the bluffs by Pedro's Castle, this site was a well-chosen vantage lookout point.
Although they may resemble the ruthless pirates that used to haunt the Caribbean, this group is a friendlier lot from Seattle, Washington, in the United States.
I'm Captain Kidd of the Seattle Seafair Pirates. I'm kind of the head pirate here. Seattle Seafair Pirates started in 1949 from the Washington State Press Club, and we started Seafair from that, which is, I believe, right now the 3rd largest summer festival in the United States. Oh, I love Cayman Pirate Week. I've coming down to the Caymans longer than anyone else. I started, my first year here was in 1982, and then we brought the Seattle Seafair Pirates down in 1983. In 1985, we did the first contingency of exchange of the pirates. Like this week here, I have 12 Seattle Seafair Pirates, and the other pirates, including the Cayman people and from other districts, is I've got a contingency right now that's following me around of, I think, 26, 27 pirates.
And that certainly is enough pirates to cause a lot of havoc. We caught up with the Seattle Pirates as they were busy greeting arriving cruise ship passengers in Georgetown.
We've got her! We've got her!
Terrible Tom is a 41-year veteran of the Seattle Pirates and has been coming to the Cayman Islands Pirates Week Festival ever since 1983. And his reason for coming back every year?
Well, it's because I don't like these guys. That's why. I'm going to see if they get something right for a change. I hope every year I try to get them going right, but never works.
At first glance, the Seattle Pirates appear to be a lawless group of ragamuffins. But that is not the case at all. They have been carefully selected and screened because it takes a special kind of person to carry out the Pirates' real work.
We're a volunteer organization, and we go and try to help other organizations on their charity functions, whether it be hospitals, cancer centers, burn centers. We'll try to go out, and if they're promoting something, we'll help do a festivity with them to help whatever fundraising they're doing or whatever. We don't gain anything on our own. We're just trying to, like I said, put a smile on somebody's face and help that organization at that time provide the activity that they want to do.
Curly loves working with children and has a very personal reason for wanting to help others.
It brings back my youth. I broke my back, and they said I wouldn't walk again, and I spent a year in the hospital. So I said if I could get out of here, I'm going to spend my time helping other people to forget their problems, and that's what I'm basically here for. So, like I said.
It's not just pirates who are contributing to the community spirit of the festival. You will also find a fair wench or two. Sissy is one of them, and this is her favorite part of Pirates Week.
Seeing the kids, actually. The children here are just, they're beautiful. They come up and they hold and they hug and they smile, and they're just absolutely wonderful. And they remember you from year to year, and they come up and they're just, it's a feeling I can't explain.
This particular pirate journeys to the Cayman Islands from North Carolina every October, and his identity cannot be mistaken.
Good day to you. I am Captain Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. Generally, you'll find me visiting with the young men and women in their schools, and also taking part, greeting the folks coming in from cruise ships and out at the airport, and participating in all the pirate festivities taking place here during Pirates Week.
Blackbeard is very aware of some of the modern-day problems facing school kids.
I'm trying to share a message of individual intelligence with young people so that they'll make their own decisions and be honest with themselves, and therefore eliminate drugs from their lives.
Whether they are working with kids or out carousing at night, Pirates Week just wouldn't be the same without the Seattle Pirates. All too soon, it's time for the pirates to go, leaving with these parting words.
We've come and we've captured all the treasure, so be sure to store more treasure, Cayman, for next year.
We shall return. This is not the first time we've been kicked off the island, but we do return from year to year. And we'll be back again next year to claim our treasures. Thank you very much.
Thanks to these modern-day pirates and other groups like them, flavor is added to our Pirates Week Festival, and a good deed is done as well. Mr. Linford Pearson, EXCO member and member of the Legislative Assembly for Georgetown, feels that the Pirates Week festivities are for everyone. He doesn't hesitate to get involved.
This is a national event, and nobody should feel that they're above mixing with the people, becoming a part of this national event. And I hope that my involvement this time on the life cycle will set a trend and will encourage other members in public office and other executives on the island to become a part of this national event.
The festival now moves on to beautiful Georgetown, Grand Cayman. And as you can see and hear behind me, there's non-stop music, pirates, and fun.
The Texaco Javelin Star Steel Band, the only one of its kind in Grand Cayman, really sets the party atmosphere with their rousing beat. The pan, or steel drum, originated in Trinidad, and that's where bandleader Earl LaPierre is from. This 24-piece band, sponsored by Texaco and comprised of students from the Cayman Islands High School, brings these rhythmic sounds of steel band music to our islands. His Excellency, the Governor, arrived at the Georgetown festivities just in time for the children's costume contest. From the smallest of wenches to the littlest pirate, from green sea turtles to the most serious of characters, the children's parade of costumes was a sight to behold. Also on display at the Children's Costume Contest were samples of artwork done by school children. Prizes were awarded for the best entries. Consuelo E. Banks is the Pirates Week Committee chairperson for Georgetown.
I think they enjoy it. I think they like the fun, and I think that most tourists want to know something about the culture, the country that they visit. So in that respect, I think it is good. They ask a lot of questions and they seem to enjoy the things that they see. So I think it benefits the island all around, and it makes it more enjoyable, I hope, to tourists.
Children attending the Georgetown Heritage Day got a chance to look at some antique toys known as knickers, which are island-style marbles. These marbles are actually seeds from the cockspur plant. Toy boat making was easy for early Caymanian children. It took only a coconut husk and a grape leaf or two. Samples of thatchwork, the oldest craft on the island, were on display in Georgetown too, where some Caymanian women still take pride in creating unique plaited thatch baskets, hats, placemats, and fans. And, as always, good home-cooked food is readily available.
If you are still skeptical about stories of pirates in the Cayman Islands, these caves and other sites in Baden Town suggest that buccaneers once visited here.
Baden Town's Pirates Week festivities always include a good old-fashioned fish fry with a selection of grouper, jacks, and snapper, all prepared over an open flame in giant-sized skillets. Baden Towners love a party, and what better reason than Pirates Week to celebrate with Cayman Edition, a Caribbean band which features a brass section playing music with a rousing beat to dance the night away. The Crack Conch serves the best conch on the island, prepared 13 different ways. Enjoy chowders, fritters, coconut stew, juicy hamburgers made from beef fillet, along with charbroiled steaks, fantastic lobster, turtle, and fish dishes. Children's specials available. Thursday and Saturday evenings, enjoy great entertainment by Cayman's duo Chuck and Barry while sipping our famous Cayman Mama at the Crack Conch.
You too can share in the Cayman Islands success story by consulting without obligation professional, knowledgeable advisors who can make our system work for you. Seals & Company's portfolio of services include competent advice on how you can become residents of the Cayman Islands, how to form a tax-free Cayman Islands company, how you can acquire commercial, residential, and tax-free income-producing properties, and how to start up, joint venture, or buy any type of business. And we are experts on applications to be submitted to regulatory authorities. So before leaving the Cayman Islands, you should arrange an appointment with Seals & Company or acquire the Cayman Islands Personal Investment Portfolio, which explains in simple terms how you can use our tax-free system to your advantage. Or you may request a free copy of the authoritative Seals Cayman Letter and Cayman Islands Real Estate Magazine. Seals & Company. We are real estate, investment, and business brokers and consultants and advisors on the Cayman Islands system.
The Cayman Islands Pirates Week festivities also include the annual Oasis Boutique Swimwear Fashion Show, featuring local island beauties on parade. Everyone can join this island-wide party by entering in the annual adult costume competition as the best-dressed pirate or wench. The Cayman Drama Society plays a very integral role in the Pirates Week Festival by scripting the invasion plot and staging this year's play, The Pirate Princess, a Caribbean musical highlighting romantic ballads, calypso and reggae rhythms at their new Prospect Playhouse.
Free as we, no one free as we. Out here on the sea, no one free as we.
Pirates Week is packed with entertainment and excitement. The week-long Pirates Week festivities comes to a close with a mock trial of these ruthless pirates who captured our governor and disrupted our islands for 7 days of fun-filled mischievousness and merrymaking. The verdict handed down to these scoundrels is banishment back to sea. With the pirates gone, the island's population celebrate their liberation with a fabulous display of fireworks, followed by a street dance party that lasted well into the night.
We can all breathe a sigh of relief once again now that the pirates are safely banished to roam the seas. I hope that you have enjoyed a look at the Heritage Days and Pirates Week activities, and you'll be ready next October when those scoundrels return once again for fun and merriment. Oh no, it's starting already. See you next year.
The pirates having a party, a kind of a masquerade in Grand Cayman. We having a celebration, the plans are already made. We're set to fet. So run and tell your friends and family, put on some clothes and come and join the party. It's a party with tempo, it's a party with bass. It's a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating. In Grand Cayman, we having a celebration, the plans are already made. We're set to fet. So run and tell your friends and family, put on some clothes and come and join the party. It's a party with tempo, it's a party with bass. It's a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating, while the women dance and the children prance and the old people come out to see. and the whole island is one big, big party, party, party. First thing Saturday morning, we coming in from the sea in wave after wave. And as we approach the harbor, we firing gun like peas. We brave, real brave, but we only playing bad for, so you see. Actually, we loving everybody, 'cause this is a party with tempo, is a party with peace, is a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating while the women dance, and the children prance, and the old people come out to see, and the whole island is one big, big party, party, party.